Hi everyone, and thanks for watching my online lesson on error intervals. If you're sitting higher tier, you'll recognise this as being very similar to upper and lower bounds, and that is basically what error intervals are. We're just writing it in a slightly different way. So this question starts by giving us an example of an error interval. It says a number x rounded to one decimal place is 4.7. So the error interval for x is given by 4.65 less than or equal to x less than 4.75. Now what it means by this is that some number has been rounded to one decimal place and the number that is the answer is 4.7. It's basically asking you what are all the numbers that it could have possibly been. So the smallest number that it could have been is 4.65. Anything smaller than this would round down to 4.6 and 4.65 would round up to 4.7. And then the biggest number it could have possibly been, so that it rounds down to 4.7, would be 4.7, and it would be 4999 recurring. And I hear students tell me this because you are right, 4.75 would round up to 4.8. But if you look at our inequality symbol, we don't put an equal sign underneath this one because it can't equal that, but it can be everything up to this one here. So it can be everything up to, but not including 4.75. Also makes it much easier for us to work out and to write down the answer. So this question here says a different number, a number y rounded to two decimal places is 4.13. Write down the error interval for y. So I'm going to start by setting this up. Because they're talking about y, I'm writing y in the middle. And with these error intervals, it's always going to be greater than or equal to the smaller value and less than or equal to the larger one. So that's how I'm going to set up the middle section, and then I need to figure out what numbers go above and below. Now because this has been rounded to two decimal places, I'm going to go to 3 decimal places with my lower and upper bounds. That's what these are called, the lowest value and the highest value. So it's going to be 4.135 for my upper and 4.125 for my lower. So I'm basically going 0.005 above and 0.005 below the value that they've given me. Here's another example. So it doesn't always have to be decimal places. It can be rounded to the nearest 1,000, rounded to the nearest 10, or even something like the nearest 5. Or in this example, we've got a number z that's been rounded to 2 significant figures. Now this can be the most confusing one to look at because 2 significant figures can mean different things in different contexts. If we look at the number they've given me here, that 4 in the thousands column is 1 significant figure, and the 7 in the hundreds column is my 2 significant figures. So actually this number, although it has been rounded to 2 significant figures, it's actually also been rounded to the nearest 100. So I can just treat this as if it's been rounded to the nearest 100. So I'm going to start by setting up my error interval. So I'm going to put my z in the centre. I'm going to put greater than or equal to and less than either side. I need to figure out what values go above and below. So because this has been rounded to the nearest 100, I know I'm going to have to go 50 above. So that's 4,750. And I need to go 50 below. So that's 4,650. So just to check that these are the right values, if I go any lower than this, I will have to round down to 4,600. So that's right, and this does round up to 4,700. And then this one here, anything less than this would round to 4,700, and this itself, or anything higher, would round up. So these are definitely my lower and upper bounds. Here's a question for you to try. This one they've given it in a bit of a context, but it's just the same thing, and it's to 1 decimal place this time. They want to know the error interval for the width of the bench. And this one they've actually set it up for you as well with the B in the centre and the inequality symbol. So you just need to figure out what values are your lower bounds and your upper bounds. If you pause the video, you can unpause when you're ready to see the solutions. Here's the solutions. So you should have it's 984.8 and then 5, so 0.85, and then 984.75 for my lower. So I've got 0.05 above and 0.05 below. Thank you for watching.